Okay, so first of all, let's really talk about it. All right. My name's Tion Jones. I'm an artist. I make music. That's just what I do, and that's who I'm forever gonna be. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to get off my chest. In terms of making music, like people get very stagnant. And for me, I don't think that's because like how difficult the music is for the most part, you know? Some people feel a certain way about the energies that come through it because it's all spiritual. I think people get stagnant because of how other people, or the fans or haters, perceive the music. See, me personally, I went months without posting because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be a thing that if I dropped, I'm like, all right, this is my one piece of art. Oh, everyone gotta hear this. That's not reality. I went through a whole thing of trying to go to the studio, of doing this, of making music, of reading books, of planning. I planned out my life like 5 different times, of just writing in my journal who I'm gonna be. And even at this point right now, I still don't, all of that just kind of got thrown away. Like I had to reinvent myself multiple times, and I'm only 18. I'm in a position, right, where I'm kind of realizing most of these boxes were held from how I was when I was young. Like how my parents portrayed me, how my peoples around me betrayed me, the environment I was around, and just all those things dictated the way I moved. And that caused me to have such a limitation on myself, the black and white thinking. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Now that my mind is open and my soul is awakened, partly for who I'm supposed to become, I'm now realizing how much power that had on me, even down to my traumas. Like, it gets so deep, and that's for every person. Until you heal from the trauma, you become the trauma. So, when I went through a whole process of healing and becoming better and growing into who I'm supposed to become, I really sat down and realized how much of my thoughts were being dictated, being held in certain boxes because other people that you have agreements with think this. Like you think man's word is law, but that really ain't it. We're supposed to be going off God's law. You feel me? So when it comes down to it, I went through a whole phase of just trying to fit in and try to look cool and feel impressive to other people around me. And it's crazy because I look back and I was goofy. I was feeding all that bullshit that they were putting into my brain, thinking it's cool to do this, do this, do this. Man, that's all bullshit. It's all self-projection. If you truly want to be an artist, you can't care what others think. And that's in any field. That's even in being a conversationalist. Like, just really going out there and saying, yo, what's your name? Or being confident enough to talk to a girl. You can't care what other people think. Your decisions got to be led by you and your soul, not by anyone else's. And even me, at the end of the day, I have my own opinions that I will put out. I'm one very forward nigga. Like, I'm direct. If I say something, I mean it. But my word ain't law. There's a level that most haven't reached, and even myself. I learned that the level comes from breaking out of these boxes, breaking out of these trouble. Like, imagine every single day you're getting jumped by the same fifth graders. You're a third grader getting jumped by the same fifth graders every single day, right? And if you don't even stand up for yourself, if you just allow them to keep jumping you, all of that pain and agony is all going to build up inside of your spirit. But even if you respected yourself enough to stand up and go, yo, stop playing with me. Or if you even tried to fight them back and they jumped you even harder. As humans, that not only they will respect you more, but you loving yourself You're no longer taking in all the pain that they projected onto you. There's a difference between being angry versus respecting your space and also moving accordingly. To properly be someone different in the world, because word to Erykah Badu, 85% of people are followers, right? Regardless if that's in any form of belief, culture, religion, sexuality, 85% of people are followers. They go off of what the next man says, right? What about the 15%? The 15% is who the followers follow, right? What is different about the 15% to the 85? They think for themselves. Regardless if they're faking it till they make it or if they're just on dumb shit, they're still thinking for themselves, if that makes sense. And if they are following, they're doing it in a way that's their own, you know? I find it crazy because when I talk, I feel like some people look at me crazy a little bit. Not for what I say, but how I say it. When I come with a certain tone and confidence, I feel like the energy is a little bit like, why does he think like this? He's weird, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just being me. I'm just now starting to build myself up. Like, I read books, I journal, I do all these things, I pray, I try to get my life together daily. And I realized this whole mindset I had where it's never enough, never enough. And I'm still dealing with this now. So I ain't the perfect person, never will be. But being a perfectionist isn't the way, at least for me. Some fit, some puzzle pieces fit, but mine don't. That's not my puzzle piece. For me, what I'm trying to start adapting and learning is being an imperfectionist, is allowing the mistakes. It's all right to go through a position of, I fucked up. What's next? I did this. Okay, that's cool. All right, I failed. Like, if someone is off meth and they go cold turkey, now I don't know ball, so I don't even know that's possible. But someone go cold turkey, they go a swift, cool month before they hit it again. That's still a month of them denying what their body wants. And even so, something as strong as meth, that pull, you're bound to fall back into it, you know? So something I've been picking up within myself is being able to be, all right, okay, I didn't get this girl. I didn't get this win. All right, you messed up here. You made a wrong decision here, and still keep pushing forward. Or if you fall, you redirect back into a different spot, a different place. There's a lot that I have to talk about, bro. I ain't gonna lie. There's too much going on, and humans are too complex for me to be in a simple box because someone deemed thinks so. Unless God tells me himself, yo, you gotta blah, 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 that's cool. But besides that, I'm not about to be like, we're too complex to not be able to share emotions. I had to go through months of agony and anguish because of this box where I had to think like someone else. And it was fucking with my mental, my brain, because I couldn't really understand how I was feeling, how my soul was feeling, where my authenticity stood. Like, I wasn't agreeing with my inner self, or my inner self wasn't even there to begin with. because I was hearing it, it was clouded with all of these thoughts from other people, and it was really just blowing me. I'm on the struggle bus right now. I got no job. I've been out the way for 3 years. Like, I've been kind of hiding. Isolation's my thing, but it's true, I've been hiding. A little scary, I ain't gonna lie. Feel me? But the one thing that this 3 years has taught me, though, someone that's isolated is gonna go 80 times more far than someone that's out every day. See, I go out, I talk to people, I get uncomfortable, but I'm still isolated. No one knows what I truly do through my day to day. Not even my closest people. They know some know more than they should, but regardless, they don't know what I do day to day. Nobody knows when I was in high school, all those things big things I was doing, I wasn't telling a word about. No one knows none of that because I was quiet. I wanted my work to show. And I'm getting to that point where I'm getting looked at a higher degree, even though they shouldn't. But I'm getting looked at to a higher degree because of the way I carry myself and the ideas I have and the way I innovate and the way I move, my mindset, the way I think, all of that. This life is not easy. Like, regardless of what's said, people always make YouTube videos, how to be abnormal, how to not be average, how to be this, how to be that. But most of them niggas making them videos are average and normal. Like, even taking that in, you're still hearing another person's aspect. You're not thinking for yourself. Most artists, I mean, not most, but most failing artists, they consume and hop on trends more than they create their own. Even TikTokers, right? Someone will post something and then boom, that joint gets dragged out crazy and then it gets ruined. There hasn't been a single good thing in the pop culture in a grip. But that's because everything is just so watered down, like even the music. Now, what I'll say is that music, there's so many new stars that no one knows about. That's due to the industry and what they got going on. They're outdated right now. I ain't gonna lie. But regardless, the good music, the good content creators, the people that have all the ideas and are innovative don't use them. And that causes, or at least learn how to push it out properly. Most of them think, oh, I wish it could be how it used to be, where it was, oh, where you have to sell records and you don't gotta make moves on social media and that's not how life works anymore. There's something called adapting. This is what life is. It's all about adapting, becoming new, learning what to do with the resources you've been given. As I was saying, most folk don't know how to properly, the ones that are way better than all of these horrible artists that blow up are scared to push something out. And yeah, even for myself, I learned from experience. Look, this game ain't easy, but being a scared bitch ain't gonna get you nowhere. I ain't gonna lie. Like, regardless of what's ahead, it's something to face. You can't sit here and back out. Once you're in there, you gotta go. You gotta go all in. If you're forever 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're never gonna get through the door. That's just what it is. Just like they say, go big or go home. In any form, being lukewarm in any form is not it. So, inner realization is telling me a lot. There's a lot of things that I see in people that they don't even see in themselves. And there's people that see things in me I don't even see in myself. And I think it's important that as humans, to become our higher selves, we have to grasp who we truly are supposed to be. Now in life, we are going to let people down. We're not going to 100% be able to make everyone happy. That's impossible to do that. And when I'm saying this, once again, these are things that I'm now applying. I ain't perfect. I don't got it figured out. I'm 18. I'm trying to make my way right now. But one thing I'll say, I have more heart and dedication than anybody. Anybody. I want it more bad than anybody. But if I had to say one more thing, I also have morals doing that. I'm not trying to ruin someone else's day to get what I want. Cause not only you're hurting other people, you're hurting yourself. That's not how the game's supposed to be played. See, this game, the industry's a program. Once you figure out how to conduct within this program, you have two decisions. Either you play the program, you play into their program and figure out from there, or you build your own program to break down their program. And I gotta take that second decision. Just me personally. Now, this is young me. I'm naive. I don't really know much yet. I won't know until I'm fully in that position and confidently able to speak on it. There will be future updates. But regardless, I'm going to get there and I'm going to be hungry and dedicated. I want it more than the next man. Regardless, this is competition. This is reality. This is what it is. So this is just a little beginning to who I am, where I'm going, and who I'm becoming. Now, as someone watching, it's important for you to value yourself. And hopefully the information that I'm giving you can align in some way, shape, or form. At the end of the day, I'm just a vessel. I'm just a soul and a body. You feel me? So that's it. Tion Jones, 18 turning 19 this summer. I'm getting things rolling. And you're going to see in due time. All right.